hadn't seen it. In the trailer, Peter Parker, everybody knows he's Spider-Man now. So he goes to Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange says he's going to do this spell that erases everyone's memory of him being Spider-Man. And then, of course, stuff goes wrong. Now, there's some things I like about the trailer, and there's some stuff I don't like about the trailer. And let's talk about the things that I do like about the trailer. I do like the aspect of the idea of the whole multiverse aspect of it, at least in the way that the films have presented it. So hopefully we can delve a bit more into it, have a good presentation and consistency with the multiverse, and hopefully it doesn't come off as a cheap ripoff as what I normally usually see in the comics, where if they have like, you know, two Reed Richards, they're the same, they look exactly the same and everything. I would like to see different incarnations of characters and different positions in life and stuff like that. But hopefully we don't get that. Hopefully obviously we are into some capacity, so it's a bit of a give and take thing for me on that. Now, of course, Doc Ock, Alfred Molina from the Spider-Man 2 film in 2004 makes his big appearance, and everybody is happy to see it because he is probably one of the most perfectly cast characters in superhero / comic book movies of all time. He does a fantastic job as Doc Ock, and it was great seeing this character in this film. So in the trailer. So hopefully he gets the screen time. Hopefully he gets to be just as awesome as he was in Spider-Man 2, if not more. Now, there are hints of other characters supposedly in this movie, and the most significant one would be the Green Goblin, played by Willem Dafoe. But there is evidence that, of course, the Lizard is going to be here, Sandman, Electro, and so another idea that I'm thinking of, okay, is this potentially the way that they're going to build the Sinister Six movie, by having these previously established characters who pretty much died in their respective movies and everything come together through the multiverse to make the Sinister Six. And if this is the case, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Now, this is one thing I do want to. I kind of do want them to introduce a new villain in this movie. It's yes, it'd be good to have Electro back because he's already confirmed to be back in the movie. The trailer damn near confirms Green Goblin, or at least a version of Green Goblin, is going to be in this movie, and Doc Ock is going to be in this movie as well. But I do want to have a new villain, maybe a new villain set up in the MCU before these other villains from the other Spider-Man movies come in. Or maybe they're just going to play on the nostalgia of the original, these characters, give them more screen time and do them a lot better. Electro is one of the villains that I really enjoyed in the film, but I felt like he basically was shortchanged. He did not get the screen time to develop as he should have. So hopefully him being brought back into this, he get more of that screen time. Now, I can say that the MCU has done a pretty decent job of having multiple big cast and giving them shine, giving them all good screen time. So if they can still maintain that and have all of these villains in one movie, then fine. Now, a little bit more into like the rumor thing. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, who played the previous versions of Spider-Man and Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man series, are said to be in the film. And it's got this big storm of rumors going on. Like, are they going to be in the film? And then there are things that I've read that said, yes, they're going to be in the film. And it obviously would make sense for them to be in a film because they're pulling from their movies. So it makes sense for those characters to be in a film. And then there's some rumors that saying that they're not going to be in a film. And the fact that, again, they weren't in the trailer, which honestly I feel like if they were in the movie, the biggest thing that could have made a more impactful trailer would be to have those three stand together. Kind of like at the end where you get Alfred Molina's "Hello, Peter" line, which was like epic as a last part of the trailer. I think that same thing could be said for having all three of these Spider-Man together at the end of the trailer, be a good ending to a trailer. So hopefully those two are in, and I don't know what the hell to say if they aren't. I'd just be like, I don't know what kind of decisions they making here. But I also like the fact that this could potentially play out as the third and fourth installment of those Spider-Man movies and give them a bit of closure, because both of those movies had pretty interesting and pretty good stories throughout the films. But the biggest problem is the last one that you would have wanted to see a bit more closure on. They didn't really get that. And if that's the case, then is Emma Stone and Kirsten Dunst going to come back as Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy? Because I think I would like to actually again see a bit more closure with those characters. So, and lastly, let's go ahead and get to something that kind of bothers me about the trailer. Now, one of the biggest problems I have with the trailer is kind of the setup of it. The whole thing is Peter Parker has to deal with everyone knowing that he's Spider-Man and the repercussions of that. This movie feels like it's not going to go through with it. I mean, maybe you'll see some people messing with them stuff. Maybe you'll get some death threats or something like that. But I feel like them doing this whole multiverse, Doctor Strange doing his spell, feels like it's a cop-out. But it feels like they went into this not knowing how they were going to get out of it. Honestly, I feel like one of the best things they could have did was him deal with this legal stuff, which obviously is going to be in a movie. Why not bring She-Hulk into it? She's a lawyer. Why can't she be defending him? And it'd be a great way of introducing her character, and probably would have been a good way of introducing her as She-Hulk, not just her alter ego character. Or hell, this could have been a good movie to introduce Daredevil. Matt Murdock, same way. This could have been him making his debut. All of these villains show up. He stands there, helps Spider-Man. She-Hulk could do the exact same. But I would love to see the legal aspect of this, the legal repercussions. Hey, you're Spider-Man. You've been breaking the law. You've been a vigilante. You know what I'm saying? This is the legal repercussions of this. Also have to where, the public outcry of he saved people's lives, he saved the world, why should he have to pay? And then some people be like, hey, he's damaged stuff, so he has to pay. So I would love to see that. That's one of the reasons I like Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, is they dipped into the social and legal aspect of these people being superhero, or at least Superman being a superhero. Is he accountable? Should he help? Same idea that I would like to see in Spider-Man No Way Home. I hope they do give some shine onto that, because I think it is a good storyline. But like I said, the bulk of the movie, of course, is going to be the whole multiverse of madness. Now, the second thing that's got me worried also about the multiverse of madness aspect, which I keep saying multiverse of madness, which is Doctor Strange 2, which this leads into the Doctor Strange 2. So it's actually the multiverse right now. But I don't like the whole fact that it appears that Peter messes up the spell. I think if Peter is a smart, intelligent cat, there's no way this man's going to be doing this super complex spell and he's just sitting there just freaking out, asking dumb questions, and the dude is like, shut up. Stop bothering me. I'm trying to do a spell. I hope that's not what messes up the spell. I hope it's a villain shows up at the last minute and does something stupid, messes up the spell. I hope somebody shows up, messes up the spell. I do not want Peter to just be sitting here talking, messing up the spell, knowing this is a very complex spell. Shut up. I think that's stupid. They better give me a different reason as to how the spell getting messed up. Maybe Doctor Strange underestimated it or didn't remember a word or something, but he's Benedict Cumberbatch. He knows all the spells and everything. He's like a genius. So that whole aspect of Peter messing up the spell because he won't shut up talking is something I don't like. They better come up with a better reason and a better reason. But outside of that, I guess, you know what I'm saying, I'm okay with the trailer. I think it is. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it kind of leans a little bit more to the multiverse aspect, a little bit too much, rather than actually giving us a bit more what the movie's about. But hey,